I'm Cadet Alexis Molina, and my talk today is on resiliency and leadership. So when I think of the words resiliency, I think bravery, patience, courage, and last but not least, leadership. I chose the quote on the screen to the left of me because I really feel like it demonstrates the strong belief that I have that anyone can be the smartest or the strongest, but the truly influential leaders are the ones who've really had to overcome and adapt to obstacles and changes. The Army defines resiliency as a mental, physical, emotional, and behavioral ability to face and cope with adversity, adapt to change, recover, and to learn and grow from setbacks. Experiences can truly shape who you are as an individual, and I feel like mine definitely have. I know the word resilience has been brought up in my case in terms of surviving basic training, long AITs, and in my future and a lot of other people's in the military deployments. Learning to know when you need to take a step back, take a deep breath, and when to ask for help, or when you are truly giving something your all or not, are really essential to being a strong leader and a role model for resilience. Life loves to kick you while you're down. My freshman year here at Purdue wasn't a good one, and at the very end, I really had to evaluate who I was and who I wanted to be. 2 months later, July 2014, I enlisted in the Army National Guard to begin my path of changing my life and living for a bigger purpose. January 2015 came sooner than I expected it to. I left to Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and immediately upon my arrival, I thought to myself, what did I do? Whose idea was this? And who told me this was a good idea? And then I thought, oh yeah, I did. I remember crying my first 2 weeks there almost every day, and I really struggled to adjust. I never wanted to join the military, and anybody who knew me knew I didn't either. But with the help of my newfound friends, letters from home, and many self-pep talks in the bathroom mirror, I started to adjust. Just as things started to get a little bit easier, as easy as they can for basic training, I found out that I had 2 stress fractures in my right pelvic bone. And a few weeks later, I was sent home for convalescent leave for 30 days. And I'm not going to lie, those were a very dark 30 days. I was at a crossroads, I was doubting myself and my decision, and I didn't really know what to do next. However, the words of my leaders and those around me echoed in my head. Be resilient because nothing in life is permanent. This was temporary and my injury was too, and I could get through this. Upon my arrival, I was returned to duty, and after a short celebration, I realized that I would have to return back to the first day. And with a lot of fear as if my injury would come back, if it would come back worse, or just falling victim to failure, even though my status was healed, I graduated 10 weeks later, and I got through it. My friends and family reminded me of what I'd already overcome and would continue to be. I was 1 in 6 people that my drill sergeant saw overcome an injury and come back to graduate. And 9 weeks later, despite a scare that my injury was back, I became MOS qualified as a human resources specialist and graduated AIT. Returning home into Purdue was a lot of what got through me through the experiences that I had. However, my return to Purdue wasn't what I expected. My friends were different, I was different, my grades suffered, and I didn't really feel at home anymore. My injury left permanent damages affecting my body and the overall strength of my hips. I almost dropped out of Purdue, but however, with the resilience I had gained, I reminded myself of what I'd gone through, what I achieved, and that I was part of the less than 1% of this country who choose to serve in the military. I got back on track and got back in the normal grind of things when I decided to join ROTC and added another 2 years to my years here, and it was another 180-degree change that I would have to learn to adapt to. I had new challenges to overcome and new experiences to add to my belt. As a future officer, I was now going to have to inspire those around me like others had inspired me. I've considered giving up, I've considered quitting, and I've considered taking the easy way out. For example, I hate running, probably like most of you sitting out there listening to me, but I still have to do it in order to meet the standards of the Army. I hate being exposed to really high heights, and I really hate ruck marching. With the help of my friends and leadership in ROTC, I've successfully jumped off the high dive every semester, and as for ruck marching, the darkest thoughts can be thought during these long, strenuous marches, and I've had to take a lot of personal courage and strength to stay motivated when everything hurts. But no matter what PT test I might have failed, what ruck march I've almost fallen out of, what high dive I'm going to have to jump off to, and more. My experiences and resilience through all my obstacles have shaped me as a leader. And now at this point, you're probably thinking, what's the point of this? The point here is that your leaders, your subordinates, and your equal level coworkers are human just as you and I. We all struggle, we all suffer, and we all conquer our struggles. We all doubt ourselves, lack confidence, and attempt to quit. It is how you react to this that shapes you as a leader. I have a strong foundation in the belief that everyone has the potential to be great. Even if they're amazing in the physical aspect and average in their classes, or amazing in their classes and average in the physical aspect, everyone has a strength and a weakness to bring to a team and help make that team successful. I strive to motivate myself through motivating others and to use empathy when realizing that people have struggles just like I do. I feel my experiences have set me to be a great leader because I don't care about the status quo or what people think. What matters to me is that those who I lead now in RTC or who I'll lead in the future work hard, give their all, and never give up. As long as I know that this is what's happening, I will understand and I will help. Getting hurt and achieving what I have despite the odds against me push me through the times when I feel like I'm behind or when I feel like I'm not good enough. Resilience and being a good leader means knowing when I need to take care of myself before I can take care of others and knowing when to ask for help. The confidence, lessons, and strengths I've gained have not just been my doing. I've had help from everyone around me, and I really want you all to leave with something that I've really had to force myself to learn. Resilience means accepting the things that you cannot change and positively influencing those that you can. However, I strive to become better and to grow instead of burrowing in my weaknesses. A retired Navy SEAL, Admiral William H. McRaven, stated during his speech at the University of Texas in Austin that if you want to change the world, do not ever ring the bell, in reference to the bell at the SEAL training site. With this, he said to not ever give up. And with that, I remind myself and you that nothing in life is permanent. We will get through this, and don't ever give up.